Alright, so what is up, guys? This is me, as usual, Fade back here. Right, oh, let me reposition a bit. Right, so today in this video, as you can see, it's pretty obvious that we'll be talking about Honkai Star Rail. Alright, so as all of you know who are watching this video, or at least majority of you know, that version 3.0 just landed, all right, with a ton of events and a ton of things, new storyline, new events, and a lot of freebies, all right, and most importantly, the heaviest banner throughout the entire gacha history. Right, so what we have this time is we have a total of 8 banners, all right, which is 4 up and 4 down. So today our title is pretty obvious. We'll be talking about the quad banners, all right, for first half, obviously. Second half will be another video. All right, so before we talk about the 5 stars, let's talk about the 4 stars. All right, so the 4 stars that will be getting rate up this time will be Mose, Natasha, and Esta. All right, so Natasha is one of the best healer options if you don't have a 5 star healer option. Right, she is one of the best 4 star options, but if you have better options than her or sustain, just don't care. Alright, Esta is completely somehow forgotten. Alright, because the game environment now is like not beneficial from what the buff she is giving. Alright, so for most, he is kind of a special case. Alright, he's like a sub DPS while providing some supports from his Eidolons. Right, so those are the 4 stars that are like giving they are giving like a rate up chance when you're pulling this banner. Right, so next let's get into the main point, which is the quad 5 star banner. Right, so the four 5 stars we have will be 1 new 5 star and 3 rerun 5 stars. So the one we'll be having as a new 5 star will be the Herta. All right, so she is a 5 star erudition unit, ice element. All right, so what she does is she deals AoE damage. Okay, I simplify everything. She deals AoE damage and she deals follow up. All right, AoE follow up after using her ulti. Okay, next will be the other three. Right, so Lingsha. Lingsha is a really good healer. I would say a really good healer, and more her the debuff her ulti give is more specified towards break teams. All right, so break teams. How should I address this? There because break teams like their functionality or their team formation is technically fixed. It's like your DPS 2 supports, which is Rame and probably like Harmony Trailblazer or Fugue if you play Fugue, right? And then it's either Lingsha or Gallagher. So for Lingsha, her position here for my account is kind of like questionable because I already have an E6 Gallagher and my E6 Gallagher is running her Lycon because I just got her Lycon by accident, right? So now I don't really need her, but for people's account who lacks sustain, right, or who lacks like a passive heal, or you don't have adventuring or anything else like your teams keep getting CC or just died out of nowhere easily, alright, you can consider putting Ningxia because she is like Locha Pro Max. Yeah. So you can consider pulling Ningxia if you want. And the value is just there. Yeah, even though you don't like maximize the full ulti like break debuff value, like overall she's still really good. Right? Because she does what Locha can does and it's really insane. Right, so next we have Fei Xiao. So Fei Xiao is Wind Element Hunt character, right? One of the top tier DPS in the whole game for the current environment, right? I'm not sure whether the Herta or no, the Herta should not be a comparison because she's an AoE character. Right, so Fei Xiao is without a doubt the single target strongest character, right? But if you want to pull her to replace your DPS team, there is a catch, right? So the catch is you need a luxurious team for her, which includes like Aventurine, Topaz, or if you don't have a Topaz, you can use March. Okay, but the most key point is you have to use Robin. Right? Why Robin? Is because Robin buffs single target like Robin ulti have that additional damage, additional physical damage, alright? That thing buffs how should I say? That thing only affects on single target damage. It won't deal like AoE, everyone receive the additional damage. No, it only affects one single target. So at that time, like Fei Xiao can benefit because her whole team surrounds around follow-up attacks. Alright, regarding on her like skill or her ulti, all are follow-up attacks. So this means that she can benefit a lot from Robin's ulti, right? So that's something you need to take note when you want to pull for Fei Xiao. So last we have Jade. Alright, Jade is also the questionable character. Alright, it's like people who really like her will pull, and people who don't really need her won't pull either. Yeah. So that's how the whole thing actually works. At least I don't need her for now, but according to multiple people, they all say Jade is good for the Herta. So um it's up to the person, the account of the person who wants to pull this to for the Herta. Yeah, it's up to you all. Yeah, because like if you are free to play, your resources are limited. Alright? Like how much jades you get and everything. Yeah, everything is limited. So you need to spend wisely every time instead of like just pulling for whoever you want. I mean, you can pull whoever you want. Just don't go around and complain that I can't clear this, I can't clear that. Alright? Because as I mentioned in my previous video, if you want to clear endgame content or you want to be like extremely lazy, extremely brain dead on it, alright, the first thing you have to kill is your preferences for some characters, unless the character matches your aesthetics or anything, right? So especially for like a gacha game with such fast tempo like Honkai Star Rail, Honkai Impact Third, and a lot more other gacha games example, right? So next into the Lycone. So into the Lycone we have Herta's Lycone, right? So it increases crit rate by 12%, and when ultimate is used, increase the skill and ultimate damage by 60% for 3 turns. After the warrior uses ultimate, if the energy consumed is more than 140, recovers 1 skill point. So this is without a doubt actually really a really good icon, alright, for Herta. Because we all know like erudition characters, normally if you want to do damage you have to use skill to do AoE. Alright. So this is also one of the like good icons for the Herta. Right? Or even Argenti, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, maybe Argenti, if I think so. Or maybe not. I forgot to check how much his max energy is. Right. So next we have the triple Lycone. So I got Lingsha's Lycone. So her Lycone is kind of like a support Lycone, but at the same time, this Lycone is how should I say? This icon is like it requires you to have break effect to actually maximize the full potential of it, right? And increases the awareness break effect by 60%. So what should I say? This technically means like stacking break effect, you can make the enemy like take more damage. And if you don't want to waste the break effect stack, you technically have to put the person equipping this Lycone into a super break team. Yeah. So yeah, depends on whether if you really need the Lycone or not, because previously my Gallagher running on the 4-star Lycone is actually sufficient enough. Alright, but I accidentally got this, so yeah, so I just put it on Gallagher. I actually kind of regretted stacking it, but it is what it is. I'll just take it. I won't complain much. Right. Next will be Fei Xiao Cyclone. So increases the crit rate by 15. When the wearer launches a follow-up attack, gain 1 stack of Lumin Flux, alright, max 2 times. So each stack of Luminax enables the ulti to ignore 27% of the target's defense. So when the wearer's turn ends, removes 1 stack of Lumin Flux. Right. So the thing will be after she use skill, she will launch a follow-up attack. So that's 1 stack. And if any of your teammate attack a target, she'll do another follow-up attack. So that will be a total of 2 stacks, resulting up to like 54% ignoring enemy defense. Yeah. So overall, this Lycone is only like proc-able on Fei Xiao. Alright, so far. Only she can max use it, utilize this, nobody else can. Yeah, so the only reason why you'll probably pull this Lycone is you have a facial. Yeah. If you don't facial have other like 5-star replacements, you can find them somewhere around. Yeah. Next and last will be Jade's Lycone, right? Increase crit rate by 16%. While the wearer is in battle, for every 20% crit damage that exceeds 120%, the damage dealt by the floor attack increases by 12%. This effect can stack up to 4 times, so around like 200%. If you have 200% crit damage, then like you get max stack, which is like 48 stacks. Yeah. And when the battle starts or after the warrior uses their basic attack, enables damage dealt by ultimate or floor attack to ignore 20% of target's defense, lasting for 2 turns. Okay, so a very obvious one, tailored for Jade, this Lycone. I mean, it's a signature Lycone, so obviously it's tailored for Jade. Yeah, so among all these 4 Lycones, the one I would personally recommend if you really want to pull something like me, okay, did honestly, I would say it would be Lingsha's Lycone. Okay, so why Lingsha's Lycone among the other 3 Lycones? Okay, so the reason is pretty simple. So what this Lycone does is it gives you break effect by 60%. And after the warrior you like your equiper uses the ultimate to attack enemies, it inflicts a state on the enemy for 2 turns. And while in this state, enemy takes 10% increased damage, and if your break effect is 150 or higher, and yeah, it will be like much more easier to achieve. No, not my why am I talking? Okay, it will be like add another 8%, like 18% instead of 10%. Yeah, so that's the whole point of like this thing. Yeah, so but if others is like very tailor made to the character, so I honestly don't really recommend pulling them, alright, because they can't fully be utilized or fully be used on other character except for the character tailored for the Lycone itself. Right? So for Herta's Lycone, hold up, I wanna check. Give me a sec, I wanna check up something. It will be alright, so turns out Argent's energy is 180, and yeah, if 180, you'll end up with 360, I think. Is it? Is it? I hope I'm not wrong. Oh, that 180 is all. So only like this one, if you want to force use it on Argenti, only your Argenti have the second phase of his ulti, which is the max ulti energy. Only you can like cast this to regain 1 skill point. I mean, except for the 1 skill point, like other parts of this technically fits Argenti, right? It technically fits Argenti, nothing wrong. Okay, so it depends on whether like you want to pull Lingsha Lycone or you want to pull this one. If you have an Argenti, you can consider pulling it if you don't have Argenti signature Lycone, right? This is like actually a quite not bad investment, right? Because it increases like your crit rate, and then it increases like your damage dealt by 60%. 60% is actually not a small scaling, right? Because it's by damage dealt, it's not by attack percent. So like it's actually kind of high, honestly. Yeah, so these are a few of my thoughts. Okay, I want to say about like on this banner. So on first half, honestly, my opinion is actually not one of the best banners, I would say. All right, I know a lot of people hype for the Herta, but honestly, myself, okay, this is myself. Okay, please don't take this video and like show it somewhere and say no, this dude say the Herta is not good or anything. No, no, okay, no, nothing. Okay, this is on me myself. Okay, so I personally did not pull the Herta. Is I have Rappa already, and pulling the Herta means I need to get her and I need to get a Lycone. I mean, I could have gotten her Lycone, okay, but if I don't get her, what's the point of me like getting the Lycone? Yeah, so but accidents happen. I don't know. I end up with Lingsha's Lycone. Okay, so here's my proof. Okay, my proof of, yeah. Here's the proof of me getting a icon accidentally. Okay, so if you really want to pull, I would suggest Lingsha. Okay, so first, healers in this game are a rare species. Alright, not to mention, healers are also questionable at the same time. So one of the few of the best healers I would say, right, will be Ho Ho, Gallagher, Locha, and Lingsha. So Bailu was good, but the problem is she can't cleanse debuff. That's a problem. And if you wanna think properly, Locha can cleanse debuff. Ho Ho can, Gallagher can, Natasha and Lynx also can, but the problem with Natasha and Lynx is their healing output isn't enough, or their healing output methods is not enough. Right. And for Lingsha, she does the same thing as Locha, Ho Ho, and Gallagher did. Like she can remove debuff when her summon attack the enemies, or just launch an attack. You'll remove one debuff from all of your team members, right? And her ulti can also heal while making your summon to act one more time, to take one more turn. Right. So that is one of the reasons why I recommend you all to pull Lingsha, because if you don't have Aventurine and you don't have like Ho Ho, Locha, or Gallagher, Gallagher must be at least E2 by the way. If you don't have like E2, you have a really bad experience playing him. Right? So if you don't have what I mentioned just now, alright, you can consider pulling a Lingsha. Right? And for people who have Robin, you have Aventurine, you have March, or maybe you have E2 Moles, or maybe you have Topaz, right? You can consider pulling Fei Xiao. Alright? But Fei Xiao comes with another small catch. Okay, this is not really necessary, but to make your game feel better, you need to have her signature lacquer. Okay, her signature lacquer is kind of important, honestly. Right? So yeah, if you like DPS, you can just pull her Fei Xiao because her playing method is kind of brain dead and it's simple. Alright, honestly, she's kind of simple to play. Right. Next for Jade. For Jade, she's kind of like a questionable character because you need another AoE character in your team to make it work, specifically Erudition character. So that's why a lot of people say Madame Herta with Jade works technically the best, right? So it makes sense because Herta can easily proc 5 units, 3 or 5 units or above. Like when she have ulti or when she have her enhanced skill. Yeah, so that's why Jade is perfectly paired with her together. And yeah, that's technically of all the banners I want to say. Yeah. And for those who have any um good suggestions or anything, you can just leave it in the comment section below. Right? So thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate if you help me to click the thumbs up button and let me know if this video actually helped you all to thought up your minds a bit, right? Because my whole point is not in the first quad banner. My point is actually in the second quad banner. So up 20 days later, you might see me make another video of the second half of this thing. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.